So this is how this works, my friend. This is what we would call an Akashic channel, and how to attain it for the matter, right? And the point I'd like to make is on adenosine triphosphate, right? This is an organic process that provides energy to drive many processes in living cells, found in all life forms. The manna, right? So we're talking, I am the alpha and the omega, the alpha and beta phosphates in this ATP, which pseudoscience would call it, which is what the true arc is. The true arc, it rests above your shoulders. The arc, the organic free energy of the brain. They say we're missing the arc. Where's the arc, right? Maybe you're just missing your brain, like the straw man in the Wizard of Oz. The left angel and the right angel represents the left brain and the right brain. If they're even angels, they look like naked, demonic. These entities, whatever they are, is a direct representation of ATP production. It's the energy currency. It's the currency energy, like the neurological system firing, activating the spiritual aspect of your mind, the third eye, the wings of the cherubim, or the brain cover cerebrum. The ATP is what you would call God energy. Just like in John 17:21, that all of them may be one. Father, just as you and I are in me and I am in you, may they also be in us. That's what Jesus said. Jesus is talking about all of them being united. And they'd have to be united in mind, body, spirit, and even in DNA, such as laminin protein. Laminin protein under a microscope looks exactly like this, like a man pinned to a cross, with a hook or the letter J at the bottom. Do you see the hook, the letter, the creation of the letter J all of a sudden when the discovery of laminin protein in DNA, the blood, or in the heart chakra, the DNA data, the true memory in all of your data. That is why you have the same nose as an ancestor from 5,000 years ago, is Jesus on the cross, or a representation of Christ consciousness, Jesus DNA energy, kundalini energy, right? Just like in the song Pimp Juice, You're Letting Her Loose by Nelly. Listen to the lyrics, and he's talking about the mojo and Austin Powers that you can only attain by fasting, good moral values, which are the commandments of God, right? The 10 commandments. Now you're talking about natural law, withholding orgasm. These are the activation tools to keep from being ill. Just like in many other verses, you have to understand Jeremiah 31:31 and research, and you have to understand 31:34, and you have to understand we're talking about DNA cells. We're talking about an extension of your neurological system, like growing out your hair. That's why kings and queens inside Disney movies, right, have long hair. Avatar, long hair, connects his hair to the trees and the animals in the forest. Exodus 25:22 is your testimony in the court that you're sovereign and free, and that is the connection to free energy currency. You can't have access to your money in your strawman account unless you know sovereignty, and that is how you attain it, in knowledge such as this, knowing the symbology around your straw man, knowing things that they're not telling you when you're small. You have to take it back to opening your mind to ancient empires like Tartarian Empire that had built large castles and underground cities, larger than hotels that you see today, 10 times more magnificent, 10 times more technologically superior than anything that we have today. And they had no bathrooms. They had no bathrooms. That's a whole nother page, whole nother story, whole nother book. The problem is, what was going on? Were they harvesting their poop and creating free energy out of it? Were they not pooping at all because they were light bodies and giants? What's going on here where a more sophisticated culture didn't even have bathrooms, right? That's something to look into and think about, right? They built pyramids that are more intricate than anything we see today, megalithic castles, stuff that we're excavating that's underground. Ultimately, just like in the movie The Matrix, all life forms would look like a battery to AI robots. ATP, ATP, the mana. And the mana is what? The magic bar inside your video game for your character warlock to use spells. You have to cast spells and cast magic. When you run out of mana, you run out of magic. When you run out of mana, you run out of pimp juice. When someone steals your mojo, they're stealing your laminin protein in your DNA, activating, connecting your spiritual side of your pineal gland in your brain, your third eye. What's too calcified because you're fluoridated. You're eating the wrong food. You're eating dead, rotten flesh. You're eating just all this chemicals. You're breathing it in from the sky. Just everything is poisoned. And the powers that be are fighting against good versus evil. The people at the top with trillions of dollars are doing this.